Hello, welcome to Pitaiyo. Today is a 45-minute Pilates Tai Chi Yoga Fusion. All you need is yourself, a yoga mat or two blocks, and a strap. Let's get going so we can get it done. On your mat, on your back. On your mat. You took my strap. On your back. Long body stretch. Oh. Reach your fingers and toes. Make your body as long as you can. Big stretch. Legs together, hands together, knees together if you can, and then relax. Knees into your chest. Give the knees a hug. See how close you can bring your knees? Check in with your back. Keep one knee in, put one foot down, or extend the leg to increase intensity. Roll the ankle 3 times. One direction. Shoulders down, face relaxed. 3 times in the other direction. Pull the knee in towards your armpit. Take it across to the other side. All the way over. Come back to center. We'll do that again in a moment. Get your strap. Place it across the sole of your foot. Extend the leg. Shoulders down, arms long. Leg extended, those toes are up. It's called dorsiflexion. You have a strap. Right by your head. There are 2. Other head, other side. There are 2 right there. Well, just get one right behind me. Take your leg across the body all the way over. Nice long arm. Think about your hip going towards the wall. Just a minute.
I don't need one.
You do need one. I could have sworn I put one right beside you.
I've got that one off the so I got it.
Where were we?
Taking my stuff. It's swollen.
I gaze down the fingertips. Leg on the floor, supported by blocks or the floor, one or the other. Bend the knee. Bring it in. Other leg, same thing. Knee comes in, knee is bent or leg extended. Roll the ankle 3 big circles. Same thing other direction. Need your armpit. And knee across to the other side. Come back to center, get your strap. Sole of the foot. I like to bend the extended leg when I do this big hamstring stretch. Shoulders down away from the ears. Extend the leg, take the leg across the body. So again, your foot needs to either go to the floor or blocks. It shouldn't be suspended in air, because then you can't get a good deep stretch. Bend the knee, return to center. Bring both knees in. Remove your strap, place it down beside you. Knees come in. Quick happy baby. And then see how your flexibility is with your hamstrings. Extend the legs. This will take us right into Pilates. Bend the knees again, happy baby. Knees into the chest, legs in tabletop. Hands go behind the head. Cradle your head with your fingertips. Nod the chin slightly. Exhale, bring your shoulder blades off the mat. Legs stay in this tabletop. Take the elbow, right elbow to the left knee and hold this side. Exhale as you bring your shoulder blade off the mat. And then switch. And switch. 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 We'll go for 20 at your own pace. You can take your leg up high in a diagonal or down parallel to the floor You determine the intensity. If you have any hip popping, then change your range of motion of that extended leg. And keep pressing your back into the mat. Ten more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Go for a basic crunch. Feet go down, basic crunch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Double crunch. Knees go back up, elbows to knees. Toes go down, head goes down. Crunch up. 10, 9, 8. If you can't keep your back in imprint when the toes go down, don't take your toes down to the mat. Keep them in this position, in this upright position. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back at the top, last set. Only 10 this time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet down, crunch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Double crunch. Last set. Elbows to knees. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees, rock up. Go all the way over into your forward fold. Get your block so the floor is closer and hang like a rag doll. Let your body fold in half. Try to press firmly into your feet, lift your tailbone up. Try to straighten your legs and use your blocks in order to lengthen your arms to straighten the legs. So my legs are straight, I could go half block. If you can't straighten your legs, you might need to go tall blocks. So just turn your blocks according to the length of your legs. Again, your legs should be straight. Relax your head. Check in with your flexibility. See how close your head is to your knees. And we'll check this again on Wednesday, or when you do this workout again. Hang like a rag doll. Notice the distance. And then from here, bend at the knees, round your spine, come up nice and slow. Stand tall, inhale the arms up, side bends. Side bend, and side bend, and side bend, and side bend. Relax your arms out at your sides for Qigong. Go into your horse stance. Let's go traditional, shall we? Starting with an opening bow. So rock covered by paper, hinge from the hips to open your Qigong. Inhale the arms up and out. Exhale, push the chi down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one in lion's paw. Inhale. Exhale. The hands go up in a big V now. Take your hands up the column. Go into a big V. Arms go out to the sides. Now stretch your pecs, squeeze your glutes open. So a little back bend here. Then elongate the spine. Take your fingers into lion's paw. Go into a deep squat, or as deep as you can. Come up nice and strong. Shoulders come up by the ears, and then release. Repeat it. Big V. Nice deep squat. Power up. Release. 2 more. Big V. Squat and squeeze. Power up. And release. Last one. Open. Squat, squeeze. Power up. And release. Yoga. Bring one foot in, doesn't matter which one. Bring the other leg in front of you like you're sitting in a chair. Knee goes down to start. Hands come heart center. Then when you're ready, bend this supportive leg like you are sitting in a chair. Pretend you have a book on your head, spine stays long, eye gaze forward. And hold. We'll go for 10 seconds. See if you can go right into your King Dancer, holding onto this leg. So King Dancer, I stand tall, I go through my quad stretch. You reach for me, I reach for you. We go into our King Dancer. Reach and hold. Think about the knee being in line with the hip joint versus out to the side. So everything's in line. In line. Bring it up. Shake it out other side. Pada onto the foot, so it means feel foot grounded, feel your toes and heel pressing in, feel the tackiness of your mat. See if you can bring the heel up high, let the knee go down to start. Hands come heart center. Then let the leg go down a little bit more on the thigh, have a seat in that imaginary chair. You can always hold on to something if you want to get a deeper stretch. If your emphasis is balance, then don't hold on to anything. If you want to go for the stretch, hold on to something. King Dancer. Grab the ankle, reach for me, I'll reach for you. Knee in line with hip joint. Good 10-second hold. And bring it up for Tai Chi. Open the door. Nice and basic. And we'll add those stretches we had before, just because for me it's been a while. Inhale the arms up, legs in horse stance nice and wide. Exhale, sit back down in that chair. Going in a circle. Shift chi, we'll do those stretches. So we open the door, we'll rock back and forward. Open the door, legs are spread. Rock back, traditional Tai Chi, and then give me another rock forward. So we're back, forward, back. Now finish, turn everything, shoulders, hips forward, back foot comes in, gather chi. And we'll do this in a nice circle. Inhale the arms up, exhale to lower. Shift chi, step, open, rock, and rock. Open, back foot. Weight in the heels of your feet. Lower, shift, step. Open, rock, and rock, and rock. Open, back foot, gather, lift, lower, shift, step, open, rock, rock, rock. At our starting point, now the other direction. Gather, lower, shift, step, open, rock, rock, rock. All 10 toes face the same direction, back foot comes in. Gather chi. And a little side bend in there, lower, shift, step, open, rock, rock, back foot, gather, lower, shift, step, open, rock, rock, rock. Last one coming up. Gather chi. Practice good squatting, knees in line with hips. Shift chi, step. Last one, then we go right into yoga. Rock back, forward, back, open, gather. Right into your yoga. So swan dive, straight leg hip hinge, or if your back is tight, bend the knees like me. Inhale to lengthen into your flat back. So if you need to have your hands on blocks to get a flat back, do so. We'll go through 5 sun cells, so not too many today. Hands go down, fold. Step one leg back and then the other. Elbows in, lower through your chaturanga. Baby cobra. Flatten the feet, shoulder blades down, eye gaze out in front of you. Just think about a nice long spine. Energy out of the top of the head. See if you can press into your hands, lifting a little bit higher. Come into your upward facing dog. Lots of energy in the hands. Eye gaze forward or slightly up. And then go to the knees, press back, child's pose. Toes together, knees apart, belly in between thighs. Use your hands to push your tailbone down in between the heels. Come into tabletop from here, wag your tail but not your upper body. So just focus on keeping your upper body still and wag the tail. Tuck back downward facing dog. This is still the first sun salutation. Pedal the feet. So I'm first in downward facing dog, and then I'll focus on my right calf, pushing my right heel down, and my left calf. And I'll bring my feet up towards my hands to complete the first sun sal. I'm going to use my blocks so I can protect my back because the floor seems far today. Pada bandha the feet, mula bandha my pelvic floor. Everything feels strong, soften the knees. And then reverse swan dive from here. Add side bends. You know what we forgot to do is close. So closing bow. Just for the Tai Chi portion. Second sun sal. Inhale. Exhale. Flat back. Walk. Step or jump. Once again, lower through your chaturanga. Inhale to lengthen. Cobra or upward dog. Exhale, press back, downward dog from here. Tucking your toes, rolling on toes. Pressing back into your downward facing dog. Either walk your hands back to your feet or look to the hands. Bring one foot forward. Be mindful of which foot is forward. We'll stretch the other one on the next go around. Sun sal number 2. Nice long lunge. Good. Make sure the back leg is strong, so the leg that's extended, lift the knee up, the back of the knee towards the ceiling. Good, nice and strong. Back foot comes in. Fold. Head goes down. Flat back, head lifted, spine is in line. Feel your hamstrings, and from here use your hamstrings in back of the legs to lift you up. Number 3, add side bends. Side bend and side bend. Swan dive. Number 3, flat back. Fold, step or jump. Chaturanga Dandasana, lowering down to Bhujangasana or upward facing dog. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, press back. Number 3, look to the hands. Bring the other foot forward. Hold a good, raw, long, strong runner's lunge. Good. Back foot comes in. Once again into the fold, you want to recruit your hamstring muscles. Come into that flat back. Bend the knees if you need the back protection, otherwise straight legs if you don't. Number 4 and 5, side bend, side bend. Number 4, swan dive down. Inhale. Exhale. Step or jump. Go through chaturanga. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, press back. Move to the hands, step the left foot forward. Nice long runner's lunge. This time adding a twist. Add a twist, hand on knee. Eye gaze goes up. Deeper stretch in that hip. Come back to center. Back foot comes in, come back to your fold. Protect the back, hands go to the shins, soften the knees, reverse swan dive using your legs. So when you bend your knees, you can bank on using your legs without recruiting your back. Flat back, fold, step or jump. This is the last one, the last sun sal. Lower down, only 5 today. Inhale to lengthen. Nice long spine. Press back. Downward facing dog. Focus on your heels being in line with your hips. So you might need to narrow your stance a little bit. Heel in line with hip bone. Look to the hands. Step the other foot forward. Stay in your lunge or open up for a little bit more intensity. A little deeper stretch. Come back to center, hands frame the front foot, then bring that back foot in to go into your fold. And from your fold, we'll go into a yoga chair. Bend at the knees, eye gaze go forward, hands come forward, belly on thighs lift up. Into a chair, so we're still working your quadriceps. Hold chair, eye gaze goes forward, open up Pilates rotation. Exhale, send your eye gaze down, one thumb, but keep the knees together. Center, other side. Come back to center, inhale the arms up, exhale, send one leg back, you pick. Hold crescent lunge. And today let's go a little bit deeper in the crescent lunge. So I'm gonna go to the floor, so it's a low Anjaneyasana. And I'm gonna shift my weight forward, my knee stays in line, but my back leg is really far back. Now I tuck the toes and I come right back up. Hands go forward, tiger bow, 5 on one side. So pull back, so my left knee is forward, I pull back on the right side, and my bow and arrow, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'll go down to the floor again. Inhale the arms up, go to the floor, exhale into your prayer twist. So on the floor today, hand on knee, a little bit more intense. I can take my elbow to the knee, one hand on top of the other for a nice twist. Come back to center, lift up, hands go on either side of you with your blocks. Walk your front foot forward. Mine is in the hips, so think about your hips being nice and square. My left toes are down. And I want to lengthen my spine, so rather than, I want to get rid of any roundedness to my back that I possibly can. Lift my tailbone up and keep hinging over my straight front leg. Now bring those toes towards you. Stay here. Fix your hips. So just because you lift your toe doesn't mean you shift your hips differently. Whatever leg is extended in front of you, that hip is back, the other hip is forward. Check in with your flexibility. Can you touch your toes with your opposite hand? Can you take your peace fingers around your toes? Just check in with that, because we check that every time we do Pitaiyo. Drag the heel in towards you. Inhale yourself up. Let's transition through chair instead of a sunset. So we're in our crescent lunge. Back foot comes in. Think about belly muscles engaged and let your belly go. Nice lunge. Now lower down again into that deeper lunge. Make sure the knee is over the ankle and this back leg is back really far to get a nice hip flexor stretch. Nice stretch here. Eye gaze either on the horizon or up to where ceiling and wall meet. Change your eye gaze back to the horizon. Tuck your back toes. Lift up tiger bow 5 times on this side. Pull back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the arms up, take it back down to the mat. Hands come heart center. Long hand to start. If this feels good, then you take it to the knee. One hand on top of the other. Try to bring your belly off your thigh. Back to center. Lift the hands. Take the hands down. Tib stretch on this side. Walk your front foot forward. I cannot emphasize enough, you need to be mindful of your hips, what your hips are doing. Pretend you're standing behind your hips. Would one hip be elevated higher than the other, or would they be on the same plane? Try to drive that extended leg hip down even more. Yes. Nice long spine. Tailbone is lifted versus tucked, so lift as much as you can. Spine nice and flat. Make a face here, really ugly face. Lift your foot or lift your heel, bring your toes towards you, check in with your flexibility. Hang out here, check your hips first, hip check, and then flexibility check. Toes, can you touch? Can you go peace fingers without compromising your tailbone or your spine? And then drag the heel towards you, set yourself up, 90-90 knees. Here we go. You can power up from this position. Tuck your back toes, lift up, and then open up into your warrior two. Check your form, knee over second and third toe, arms extended. Core work, 5 today. Exhale, elbow to knee, and then come up. Exhale, elbow to knee, and come up. That's 4, 3 more. 3, bring it up. Notice my front knee isn't changing. I'm staying in that bend position. 2, last one. And then reverse. Lift the hand, hold. Keep that front knee bent. Get a nice stretch on your side. Back leg is still strong, so your base is still very strong. Come back to your warrior two. Straighten the leg. Shift your hips, reach like you're reaching across the counter, and then open up. Hand on block or hand on shin. Just make sure you're not putting all the weight on that block or shin. I'm going to bring my back toes in just a little bit. I'm going to squeeze my top, my open glute to open up. So for me, it's my left glute, that's my left hip that's on top. So I'm going to squeeze my left glute just to help me open up a little bit. So I tap into a little muscle on this. Open up the arms out to the sides. I'm going to narrow my stance to make this easier and more accessible. My toes are more facing 12 o'clock versus 1 at 12 and 1 over here at 8. Lower lift the arms 5 times. Squeeze in between the shoulder blades. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then revolve that triangle. So the block can be out to the side. The wider it is, the easier it is. The more narrow your stance, the more intense the pose, the deeper the stretch. So I've got my block, my hand is on my hip. My right hip wants to swivel forward, but I have to manipulate and send it back. Eye gaze over the shoulder to the horizon to make it more intense, look up. But work on that hip mobility versus the neck mobility. So I rather both heels down, looking over, and you focus on that right hip back versus looking up to the ceiling. This is big stretch, outer knee. You should feel it from your hip all the way down. Open the arms out to the sides, take them across your back, and then exhale, chin towards your shin. This is one of those where you want to check in again and see how close our head is to our shin or our nose to our knee. Just check in with that. This is your flexibility, and if you don't pay attention to it, you won't be able to tell how you, well, you can tell how you feel. You want to see if you're getting more limber. Release the arms. Soften the head a little bit more, go a little bit deeper, and then go back into that runner's lunge. We'll lift the back leg up, and we'll do some squats today. Unilateral. So the left leg is lifted. I'm going to bend my right knee and tuck my left knee behind my right knee and lift up 5 times. There's 5. Bend the knee. Come up. 4, 3. Big stretch. 2. Last one, hold. Open up into your half moon, and then we'll go into your warrior two. So half moon, then slowly in control, go back to your warrior two. Nice job. Other side, same thing. So to transition, just lift your hands up and turn your toes in the other direction. And hold. Warrior two, other side. Core work. 5 of these. Exhale, elbow to knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to your warrior two. Lift the arm, hold. Nice stretch across the rib cage. Back inside body. Come back to your warrior two. Straighten the legs, shift your hips, reach as far as you can forward, and then open up. Think about your open hand, fingers together on the inside of your leg. Open the arms out to the sides. Bring your back foot in. So my back foot is facing, well, it's a right angle from my front leg. So I'm going to turn it in so my toes are more facing the same direction. Lower lift the arms 5 times. Working your rear delts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then revolve that triangle. Right hand goes down, left hand goes to hip. So notice where you start. Notice where the left hip is. You're going to try to swivel that hip back. Tightness brings it forward. To get more loose, you open up. Send it back. Open the arms out to the sides. Exhale, chin towards chin. Check it again. Let your head go on this one. Tendency is to lift the head. Let the head go. If you need your hands as balance, do that. Otherwise, hands across the back. Reverse prayer, arms above head. Whatever works for you. Legs straight. Release the arms, soften the knee. Go for your tucks. So I'm in my runner's lunge. I lift the back leg. I bend the left knee, right knee goes right behind the left knee, and I lift up 5 and tuck. 4, lift. 3, lift. 2, 1, lift. Open through that half moon, and then slowly transition back to that warrior 2. Cartwheel the arms down to the mat for your plank series. Cartwheel the arms down to the mat. Plank series. Here we go. Let's go for 10 knee tucks. So we're in plank. Tuck the knees. 10, lift. 9, lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Just the knees, not the body. 2, so the back doesn't move. And 1. Take a knee, open into your side plank. So we have the support so we can go really long. And lift. Face for bridge. Lift and hold your bridge. We'll do 5 alternating lifts. So send the leg up, flex the foot. So 5 on this side, then 5 on the other side. Lower your bottom to the floor and lift. 5, 4, 3. Knee stays in line with knee on that lifting leg. 2, and 1. Stay up and switch. Other leg goes up, flex the foot. Lower lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg. Lower your glutes. Turn for a supported side plank. Support meaning you have your hand in your knee. The arm goes over. Try to lift your rib cage up to the ceiling. Lots of energy in that hand. From here, turn back to your tabletop. So back in that modified plank position tabletop. This time, walk your hands down one side. Walk your hands down one side. Look down that side. Hands go to the other side. Come back to center. Today we'll do lizard pose. So bring your left foot forward. Slide your right leg back. So option just to hold here or bend that back knee. Opposite hand reaches for the back knee. You can always lasso the strap around your foot to get that deep stretch. So it's my left hand is reaching back for my right ankle. Left hand reaching back, right ankle. Go for it. You're gonna try for the quad? Yes, 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 you're so close. Your quad tight. And switch. So notice my shoulders, they're square. I bend the back knee, I reach. Then notice I open up. The more you open and stack that top shoulder, the deeper the stretch in that back quadricep. And a lot of times when people do this, they stay in a 90 on the knee. You gotta come off the knee. You have to. Otherwise you're in pain and it's miserable. More miserable than the stretch. Release the leg. Now walk that front foot over for your pigeon. Walk it over, pigeon. Square the hip. So if I were just to lie in my pigeon, my left hip would be far away from the floor. I want to think about setting that right hip down. Excuse me, left hip down. So I'm squaring my hips. I feel a big stretch in my right glute. Bring the hands up for a little modified screaming pigeon. Just pop the chest and then roll on that bent knee hip. Bring this back leg all the way around. Sit up nice and tall for your rotation. Come back to center. Pigeon on the other side. This knee is bent. This is our pigeon leg in front. I shift my weight forward. I come on this knee and I send this leg back. If you have knee issues, you can always go into a figure 4 on your back. Once again, you need to bring your awareness into your hips. If one hip feels back, try to square the hips. The more square your hips, the deeper the stretch. The deeper the stretch, the better your back feels. So in this pose, if I have my hands here, which is the traditional pose, I'm not going to feel a deep stretch. So I'm going to manipulate and use the friction of my mat to drive my right hip forward and my left hip back. So the textbook picture isn't always the best picture for you. Walk your hands in close to you, puff your pigeon chest, and then roll on that bent knee hip. Bring the back leg all the way around. Sit up nice and tall. See if you can get both of your sits bones down. Work on your good posture. Come back to center. Uncross the feet, place them in front of you for your Pilates roll downs. 3 Pilates exercises. We'll do the roll down to get down. So we'll actually do 5. Roll down. We'll do 5 of these. Roll down. 4 Pilates exercises. There's 1. Peel up. Nod your chin. Bring yourself up. Pretend you're reaching for someone in front of you. Roll down. Exhale as you roll down. It always helps to squeeze a block. So if you have blocks and you want to place 1 or 2 in between your knees, that always helps. Roll down. Last one, stay down. Stay down on this one. Stay down. Hands go behind the head, just like how we started. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet down, crunches. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Double crunch, last set. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big stretch. Big stretch. Arms down to your sides. Tighten and tense up. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your hands, crunch your face like a prune, and then release. Everything. Open up slowly like a flower. Arms go above the head. Bulge your eyeballs. Stick out your tongue. Ah, big stretch. Ah, and then relax. Find Savasana, or maybe you want to invert, go on a table. We're just going to relax for a moment, lying in Savasana. If Savasana with straight legs bothers your back, bend your knees, or elevate your legs on your blocks. Inhale your arms above your head. Stretch your legs nice and long. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Roll over into a side lying fetal position. Press into your top hand and lift yourself up. Sitting up nice and tall. I'll use a block to help. Hands heart center. Today on this workout, it just happens to be raining. Whenever it rains, it makes me think about the seeds that I'm sowing. So what seeds have you planted, being watered right now? You could tear up your garden, the garden in your mind. If you don't like what you planted, just tear it up, dig it all up. It's nice and muddy so you can get into the ground. Think about replanting. Namaste. Have a great day. And I'll see you for the next workout. Tomorrow it will be HIIT. See you then.